1, 2, 3.
Only Fools and Horses had finished on a high in 1996, and it seemed we were destined to spend all future Christmases without our much-loved annual visit to the Trotters. Or did it?
I know that John, and I know that more importantly, the BBC were absolutely desperate for more.
It was so difficult to let it go. There was some discussions about how could we bring it back. Well, you couldn't because it's finished. No, wait a minute. What we could do, they could lose the money, couldn't they? And, yeah, go on. Chateau Neuf de
So, in 2001, after a 5-year absence, Only Fools and Horses made a triumphant return with 3 final annual specials. 20 million fans tuned in to see Del Boy and Rodney return penniless to Peckham.
Don't worry, this time next year we're going to be millionaires.
This time last week we were millionaires!
He's come up with it, John Sullivan. He's taken them from one place, and you're going to see them for a bit, and then he's going to take them right back to the bottom again. You know, how clever is that?
There was some fantastic stuff in those last 3 episodes. I have to attend lectures on modern climactic change. What with global warming and Al Pacino.
El Nino tree.
He delivered. He brought in something that, you think, oh, how did you think of that?
But although the comedy magic was still very much in evidence,
Ahoy there!
a much-loved character was missing. Buster Merryfield died in 1999.
We always talked very fondly, and we'd say, oh, you know, he'd have been sitting in that chair now when we got to the studio, you know. So he was in our memories and in chat all the time.
When dear Buster passed away, suddenly we were left on our own.
Buster had a big contribution to the programme.
Part of you is no longer there, like losing a limb.
However, Buster Merryfield plays a crucial role in all 3 episodes. In a way, he is present, even though, sadly, Buster Merryfield had passed.
Gone but not forgotten, John Sullivan wrote Uncle Albert's funeral into the series. A chance to say farewell to the salty old sea dog.
Hello, I'm Marion. I did a bit of cleaning for Albert. Lovely old man. Went on a bit.
But this Trotter tragedy didn't stay sombre for long.
Bunny?
Yeah, Albert.
Why'd you call him Bunny?
Well, that's what they called him in the RAF, didn't they? Because his surname was Warren.
Again, John Sullivan was so clever, wasn't he?
We're at the wrong funeral.
Yes. Again, go from sort of rather sad, poignant moments, flip the coin, and you're at the wrong funeral. I mean, how funny can that be? How, it's so lovely.
In the last episode where they go to the will reading of Uncle Albert, not expecting to get anything.
After death duties, he has left you the sum of £145,000.
They ended up comfortable.
Each.
And it was a lovely way of remembering Buster, I think. That sort of, that last act of generosity and love to both of them.
That meant that the family was back, and they were going to be exactly like they always were.
And there was one final moment, a Christmas miracle for Rodney and Cassandra.
When eventually Cassandra and Rodney have the baby, it's the most beautiful moment. Again, it makes me cry. And I just thought, oh, God, this is lovely. And what an end.
It felt like you wanted to enjoy every line. You wanted to make the most of every scene you did. Somebody came up to me, actually, years later and said, I was in that last audience. They said, it was amazing and I will never, ever forget it because I felt it was like history being made because we'd been told by the warm-up guy we were never going to see this again. That's special and very sad.
For 22 years, John Sullivan gave us more than 20 hours of Christmas TV joy.
I must get a plug put on this thing, Rodney.
But among all of the wonderful Yuletide moments, is there one that stands out for the man who played perhaps the nation's all-time best-loved comedy character?
John Sullivan invented so many silly,
Which way to Holland?
funny,
But wait a minute. Oh, potpourri, potpourri!
brilliant moments that it really is difficult to choose between them. And there are so many. If I was really, really pushed, I think it'd have to be Batman and Robin. So, a joy, a joy.
For me, Only Fools and Horses is about family. You know, when I think about that show, I think about my dad giggling.
Champs-Élysées!
There's a gaping hole in Christmas still, isn't there? With no Only Fools and Horses.
You appreciate people like John Sullivan when they inhabited the earth, because if you didn't have people like him, you wouldn't have Only Fools and Horses.
Up and down.
The way people watch television has changed. So I think those times were very special because they did bring people together, especially the Christmas specials.
Is it Derek?
Raquel?
Yes.
To be involved with a programme like this, where 20, 30, probably in the future, 50 years on, people are still saying, oh, it really makes me feel better to watch it, really cheers me up, it's a really good programme. I mean, you don't get that every day.
The camaraderie between everybody, the fun that we had, if I could regenerate that, relive it, if you like, yeah, I'd grab it like a shot. Because it's so powerfully, such powerful, strong, happy memories.